Hey everyone, and welcome to this Photoshop tutorial. In this video I'm going to show you how I create digital mock-ups for my paintings. It doesn't matter what kind of medium you're going to use for your painting. You could paint it with watercolors, oils, acrylic or mixed media. The goal is to prepare a almost perfect composition so that you can focus 100% on the traditional painting process. The first thing we are going to do is to create a new file. I'm using a lot of shortkeys in Photoshop because they make my life so much easier and everything just goes faster. So I'm just telling you all the shortkeys I'm using on the fly, and to create a new file I'm using Ctrl N. My format will be square. It is 20 by 20 centimeters, 300 pixels per inch, because it's good to have a high resolution and to have as much information as possible for your painting, so it can't hurt to have a high resolution here. RGB color 16-bit, just pressing OK, and now we have our rectangular format. And now let's start to add the model first. This is just the first thing that I'm always starting with, and I'm opening a new file by pressing Ctrl O and selecting the model. So this model is from Pixabay. This is a free platform for stock photos. They have a good selection of stock photos, so you can use it for free. We are going to select the model by using the magic wand tool on the toolbar here. I've already selected the right tolerance here, and also selected contagious, which is important. If you don't do that, you have also, for example, the insides of the eye selected. This is not what we want. Only want to select the outside of the model here. And to add other areas to the selection, we can press Shift. You see there is a small plus symbol added to the magic wand tool, and we're just selecting this additional area here. And now everything that we want is selected. Of course, you have not everything, but this is why we can paint. We can imagine those little fly hair around her hairdo. And now we want to inverse the selection here. Just click on select and inverse. Now we have the model. Then we move to the rectangular marquee tool. You can also access this by pressing M. Then we right click on the selected area and select layer via copy. Now we have the model cropped out perfectly, and we can drag it onto our canvas. Look how beautiful that looks. I'm pressing V to go to the move tool, and now I can move the model in this area. What we need to do too is go to view and click on snap. So now we can freely move the model in this area. If we have it on snap, it will snap to the borders, which is annoying, so we don't need this right now. It is useful for other purposes. So the model is a little bit too small for the canvas, in my opinion. I want just to have a portrait. So what we're going to do is press Ctrl and T, and this gives us the transformation mode of this layer here. And we just have to right click, and we can make a lot of different adjustments. We just stay with free transform, and we want to enlarge this portrait. If I just click on the rectangular symbol here, it will just warp the image, and this is not what we want. So I'm pressing Shift while changing the proportions of this layer, and I'm also making sure to click on the little chain icon here, so to just get it back to the normal proportions. Now when I press Shift and change the size of the layer, it stays the same and it doesn't look this weird. Okay, we can also work on the angle. We can also change the angle. I think I really like this angle. This looks good. And in my opinion, there's a lot of yellow in this portrait, and right off the start I don't like that there's so much yellow. So what we're going to do is to add an adjustment layer. We go to the layer area here, and we click on this little symbol here, and then we add for example, there are many ways to change the colors of your composition. I'm going to use the selective color, And I want that the selective color only acts on the layer. So what we are going to do is to create a clipping mask. You have to right click on the adjustment layer and click on clipping mask, or Control Alt and G, and then we have a clipping mask. And that means that this adjustment layer only works on the layer beneath it, and we can create a lot of clipping masks. So I will just use the selective color adjustment layer to get a little bit rid of the yellows. So I'm choosing yellows and just make them a little bit lighter, maybe add magenta to it. No, this doesn't make the job for me, so I don't like that. I will just change. I can just click on the eye and it makes the layer ineffective. I will use a different kind of adjustment layer. Okay, let's try another one. Hue saturation. And when I click beneath the clipping layer, it will automatically create a new clipping layer. This is a good thing. I will just use the hue saturation. I go in this input here and select yellows and remove the saturation of the yellows. So now we can remove just the yellows of the face, and this for me looks already a little bit better. I do want to increase the reds of the face because now I think it looks very pale, and yeah, I don't like that. So I'm just choosing the reds and enhance the saturation of the reds a little bit. Okay, and again maybe remove the yellows, enhance the reds. Yeah, I think this looks good. I like that. I like that a little bit better. So we can just see before, after. This is just my personal preference. If you like this kind of look, you can go for it. Just my personal style, I guess. Okay, now I want to change. This is my favorite part. I want to change the proportions of her face because she is a beautiful model. I like this doll-like look though, so I like to transform all my models into dolls. So this is what we're going to do now. This is like the thing that I really love to do the most when creating digital mockups. So we go to filter and go to liquify. Now we have the face. It doesn't have the adjustment layer because we're just working on this layer here, so don't wonder why the color changes. Now, if you want to see the full video tutorial, follow the link in the video description and join me on my Patreon page at the $5 reward tier. You get to download my final PSD file and my reference photos to follow the tutorial step by step. Once you're on my Patreon, you get also access to over 90 Patreon exclusive painting lessons and tutorials about how to paint with watercolors, oils, acrylic and mixed media. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, leave a comment and subscribe to my channel. See you on the next one. Bye bye!